understand is a force.
Okay, so it's an evil force. And how do people become evil? How do they?
Good question.
This force get? Yeah, how does it get into people?
That's amazing. So I usually answer this question in the opposite way. However, to become evil, one must feed their ego. They must go with all of their negative instincts. They must lie. They must cheat. They must steal. They must continue to be an immoral wreck. And then eventually, I believe, they become a beast or a demon.
What would make a person decide to become that way? Because they're not born that way. Somewhere walking down the road, they decide to become that way. What made them decide to become that way?
9 times out of 10, it's trauma.
What type of trauma?
So abusive trauma in which I was abused. I had trauma. That sent me straight to the light. So you could say they went straight to darkness. And I don't know where that's a linchpin. That's something we've been wanting to know for generations, what causes someone to go bad. But I also 100% believe in past lives, and that a lot of those negative tracks or positive tracks were set up before this current incarnation.
I've noticed that not all, but most women, especially those who have not grown close to their fathers, are evil. Evils tend to work through them to destroy the world.
So you think that they lack self-love and the ability to love themselves because they were never taught how?
Well, I just see that they carry an evil spirit has made a home in them.
Like the Jezebel.
And they use that to destroy. Even the women that seem nice and mothery and all that, they're still evil rather than good. Have you noticed that?
I actually don't really associate with people like that. My clients are mostly in the light and of the light, so I really don't have to deal with that too much personally. But in the collective.
But have you seen it though growing up and watching the world around you?
I never saw evil as masculine or feminine.
It seemed to be a feminine spirit.
Well,
sure.
That would be something that your intellect is working on right now.
What do you mean?
That you're thinking about it.
No, I just see that as an evil spirit. I mean, it's a feminine evil spirit. Because masculine is not evil, but I know that feminine spirit is evil.
Well, I can see the original, so we go back to the Hindus, Shakti, Shiva, the original principles of masculine and feminine. And they are pure and undiluted. When they come down to earth, eventually with people, they become diluted. And this earth can corrupt the soul if you're choosing the wrong lesson, choosing the wrong answers to the lesson.
So you predict the future for other people, right?
I counsel people. That does include prediction.
And give me an example. What do people come to you with, and what do you tell them mostly?
A lot of my clients are growing up. They are emotionally maturing, and they're finding their way in this world. And that's what I'm helping them do. I'm helping them sometimes even just with prayer. How powerful prayer can be.
Prayer?
That we do prayers together, and then we'll do prayers separately, and we'll both get the same, oh my goodness, I saw a symbol or a sign. And so we can compare notes.
Do you work with mostly men or women?
Usually women, actually.
Yeah.
I do love working with men.
Why is it mostly women, you think?
They're intuitive, and I think that they're more than likely to seek out someone else who is intuitive.
Oh, I see. So if someone went to you and they said, oh, I'm broke and I'm hungry and I'm poor, and what's going to happen to me, what would you tell them?
So that person would be talking about the material, physical existence, right? And you can only counsel so far with that, because either you're going to get up and do something for yourself or you're not. So I don't really influence that too much, although I do give very good advice because it's coming from a higher source. It's not coming from my life experience. It's coming from their spirit guides or angels and my people upstairs.
And when you say your people upstairs, who are your people upstairs?
So I have a main operator spirit guide, he's my phone connector, and he is Hermes Trismegistus. Hermes is a Greek god, as you might know. You know Hermes with the wings? Really, he's the messenger of the gods.
I've never heard of Hermes.
Okay.
I know a Herman who died, but not a Hermes.
Bless his soul.
How did you meet Hermes?
So we did a guided meditation to meet our spirit guides. And I've been trying to meet my spirit guide for several years. And it took about 7 years to get him on what I call the psychic telephone. And I asked him his name. And I saw his name and I heard his name at the same time. So there was no mistake that it was Hermes. And also my name, Corinne, is the French version of Cor, which Cor Persephone, also going back to the Greek myth. She was saved from Hades, or hell, by Hermes.
Amazing.
Isn't that neat?
And what does Hermes look like?
To me, he shows up as a beautiful Greek statue, like the David statue.
And so does he come down or does he just allow you to see him?
We meet on different levels of consciousness. So it depends on where my consciousness is that day. He does not show up physically to me. These are visions and during waking hours. So I dream while I'm awake.
And do you have any other people up there?
Sure, I've met a lot of the gods and goddesses, some of the ascended masters, such as Yogananda, Babaji, so many.
Do you sin? Do you sin?
Sin, shame, difficulty. I don't lie, I don't cheat, I don't steal. So I don't believe I sin. No,
So you do not sin?
I don't believe so.
Are you married?
No,
You have kids?
I have a son.
And is he a psychic as well?
He is very intuitive, but he's not into it.
He's not into it?
No.
How old is he?
So he is just now 20.
Really? And what is his impression of you?
He understands me, we found out through video games. So he watches and plays some very intense spiritual video games. And he's like, oh my gosh, Mom, what you said to me made sense. So it's just a different level of consciousness, and he kind of gets it.
Is he still living with you?
No, he lives with his father, and his father and I are very good friends.
And so is his father a psychic?
He is intuitive as well. Their bloodline is Druid.
Were you ever married to the father?
Yeah,
And are you still married to him?
technically, yes. But we've been separated for like 15 years.
Really? Why?
Because it wasn't the idyllic situation, that it wasn't romantic. Do you know what I mean?
No.
Oh. We became really good friends, and that kind of, there was no more romance to be had.
Meaning that you were not having sex?
Correct.
Really? And he didn't want to?
No, he sure didn't.
And did you want to?
I think I did.
And so you got rid of him.
I did. We actually owned The Occult Shop, which was a bookstore in our classic neighborhood over in Ohio, where I'm from.
Right.
And we basically raised a community together along with our son.
What does God look like?
One of us, what if God was one of us? So when I see the highest high, the most high, I see light. And that's all that I see, no details.
And is it a he or a she or a drag queen?
I think drag queen would be perfect. But for me personally, the voice of God is masculine, but that's just for me personally.
Yeah, it's a he.
As you like.
It's been confirmed. So do you read people while walking up and down the road?
No way. Especially not in Los Angeles.
And why not?
Here, there, honestly, I'll be honest, there's a lot of fake people out here.
In California?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Brainwashed and
Hollywood.
fake. And I've never really experienced anything like this before. So I turn it down, turn down my psychic senses, because I never know what I might run into.
Meaning what?
People out here have had a lot more room to experience the sinful part of life, and have experienced it. Where I'm from, we're a little bit more wholesome.
From Ohio, right?
Yeah.
Amazing. And so, so when you're walking around, you tune it down so that you won't connect with them?
I'm listening to the DJ, so I'm listening to music, and God is my DJ, so I'm listening to signs and symbols and lyrics while I'm playing around in the great paradise of Los Angeles.
There are a lot of women who hate men and they think God is a she.
Okay.
Because they hate men, right? They reject it, masculinity. What do you say to those women who think God is a she?
Uh,
And
because
sometimes you'll
they,
hear
but
men say
you're
it,
putting, you're prefacing this with women hate men, therefore God is a woman. So
Right.
that's a lot of prefacing here.
Right.
I don't know those women personally, and I would think that they have trauma dealing with their own fathers, obviously.
Yeah.
It all goes back to the childhood.
So now that you left your husband, and because you wanted some sex and he didn't want to do it.
You make it sound so simple and base.
Are you having sex with different men?
Actually, I haven't had sex in 8 years.
Whoa.
Thank you.
But why would you leave your husband since you were not gonna have
It
sex?
wasn't to get sex somewhere else. It was to leave my heart open for the possibility of romantic love.
Oh, and
Because
so,
it wasn't there anymore.
so far yet, no one to come along.
Mm-mm.
You want sex?
No, never. I would like to make love with my soulmate, but I'm totally not into sex. And I don't get regularly aroused like normal people do.
Oh, you don't?
No.
But making love is having sex, right?
It depends.
Like kissing and having sex and all that stuff.
Are you having sex?
No.
Okay, I can tell.
Oh, really? No, I'm kidding. Do a lot of women come to you looking for love? Want you to help them find a loved one or something like that?
Actually, I guess I'm blessed with these clients that are actually looking for their spiritual calling in life and what their purpose is.
And are you able to tell them what that is?
Oh, definitely. It's
How
my
are you
favorite
able
thing.
to tell them what it is?
So sometimes we look at the tarot cards, which are archetypal symbols that talk to us about our hero's journey. Joseph Campbell was the one who taught me about the hero's journey. And so I go into wherever they're deficient, bring them light, and that light brings information to them to change their circumstances.
Who is Joseph who?
Joseph Campbell, the mythologist.
Who is that?
He was a mythologist.
Oh, is he still living?
No, he's no longer with
Oh, I
us.
see. Okay, and you learned from him about that.
Yes,
What's it called again?
the hero's journey.
And what is the hero's journey?
So we have a cycles in life, and actually this follows the tarot as well, the tool that I use. You start off as the Fool, which is knowing nothing, and then you go through the 22 tarot cards, or you go through these trials and errors of the hero's journey, which are archetypally set out, meaning everyone goes through basically the same journey, a lot of different details in different circumstances. Actually, Star Wars was based on the hero's journey.
Have you ever been wrong, giving people wrong advice?
No,
You've never been wrong.
no.
No one ever came back and said, hey, I want my money back.
Oh God, no. I wouldn't do it if I got that kind of feedback.
Are you not doing it at all?
No.
Not even if one person came back?
It just hasn't happened, so I really can't say.
Do you believe human beings are in a fallen state?
I believe that we are at a time, we've had thousands of years of reincarnation to get our soul perfect, and you have either done it by now or you are not. Now, when I say soul perfect, I don't mean your personality is perfect, your hair is perfect, your life is perfect. I mean, if you have grown your soul from lead to gold, which is hermetics, then you're ready to go and get out of the earth plane lessons in general, because there's plenty of other places to be. Plenty other things to be.
Amazing. A lot of folks don't understand, as I'm not understanding, that language that you're speaking. How would a lame person understand? They went to you and you start talking about zeros and matter and all that. How would they know what you're talking about?
When I was talking about what?
The different spirit things that you talk about.
I mean, everyone where
What
they
the
are.
fuck is that,
And I check
guys?
their oil,
Chill out.
and then I meet them where they are. And so, I am an intellectual. I do use the words that I think most appropriate.
Well, I wanted to ask you, what is a Viking?
A Viking?
Yeah.
Really? Okay. They're from the north.
It's been a year, Daddy.
And,
I really miss you. Mommy says you went to the store to get milk.
I really didn't study them
I'm feeling all my glasses.
but you asked me about druids.
Are you afraid of the Vikings?
Probably a little bit.
Oh, you are? Why?
Intimidated.
Really?
Because they were a warrior culture, and I really can't stand war.
You can.
It's very hard for me to read things about war, even the Bhagavad Gita is about war, so it's difficult.
So if the price is different than
Yeah, I would say definitely.
Anomali mengerikan yang hanya keluar pada sahur. Konon katanya kalau ada orang yang dipanggil sahur 3 kali dan
And
tidak
war is a
nyawa,
celebration.
maka makhluk
So
ini
if I
datang
told
di
you I
rumah
was
kalian.
Viking right now, would you get up and run?
No, I'm not reactionary.
Can you tell I'm a Viking?
Not really.
Dengan
I think you're a cool guy.
Right on. What is a witch?
So let's say you could say there's Illuminati and Illuminati. So you have illuminated, and on the other side of the coin, you have the difficult New World Order kind of people. So you could say that witches,
It's been a
that
year,
babies
Daddy.
are more New World Order kind of people,
Mommy says you
and
need
Wicca
to
is
store
a
good milk.
religion of nature.
Anyways, I'm failing all my classes, and mommy hates me very fervently.
Are there people like that around here in California?
Well, I don't know them personally, but I have seen pictures and heard tales of many Satanists, Luciferians, and those who sacrifice here in California. But I think it's prevalent all over the world, and it's been going on for many generations.
Anomali mengerikan yang hanya
Their
keluar pada
endgame
sahur. Konon
is
katanya kalau ada orang yang dipanggil sahur 3 kali dan tidak
And
nyawa,
so,
maka makhluk ini datang di rumah kalian.
Would you be able to tell that that's what it is right away?
I crossed paths with Masons when they came out here, and they were also dabbling in satanic rituals.
Masons would?
Yes.
And
Well, yes, that's their lifestyle.
they were dabbling in satanic. What?
Yeah, they would call it masonry, but what they're actually doing is basically a satanic ritual of years.
Like what, for example?
They sacrifice living things to something that they call Baphomet,
Mommy
or
says you
the
need
god
to
of
store
death,
good
which is
milk.
a Baphomet, and it's very
Anyways,
difficult
I'm
to say
failing
that
all my
they're doing
classes,
everything
and
incorrect,
mommy hates
so
me very
I
fervently.
don't want to explain it correctly, but they are hurting things to get what they want.
And when you say things like what?
Usually animals,
Do they sacrifice an animal?
yeah,
Really?
from what I've seen.
You've seen that?
Visions. No, it was them be in the room where that was going on.
Sahur.
And
Anomali mengerikan yang hanya keluar pada sahur. Konon katanya kalau ada orang yang dipanggil sahur 3 kali dan tidak nyawa, maka makhluk ini datang di rumah kalian.
I read that you were a Buddhist,
That's right.
and Buddhists don't believe in God.
So Buddha said, don't worship me, right? So Buddha means anointed or Christed, same difference, only thousands of years before Christ. And so it's about finding enlightenment within you. So it's about being able to get to the God source from within, instead of the
It's
materialistic
been a
way
year,
of
Daddy.
grabbing and
I
searching
really,
and
really miss you. Mommy
But
says
do they
you need to
believe
store
that
good milk.
God
Anyways,
is above
I'm
us?
failing all my
My
classes,
guru did.
and mommy hates me very fervently.
My guru did. She actually wanted to become a Catholic nun at her life. So she was a Buddhist, and Buddhists will always tell you, you can go back to the childhood religion, and you can have a childhood religion along with Buddhism. So it's more of a way of thinking of
Sahur. Anomali mengerikan yang hanya keluar pada sahur. Konon katanya kalau ada orang yang dipanggil sahur 3 kali dan tidak nyawa, maka makhluk ini datang di rumah kalian.
God.
Yeah, but I can't speak for all Buddhists. I can speak for my guru, my Mama Daddy, Maria Rose, and she was the one who taught me Buddhism, all of it. Therefore, that also, she was a Christian too.
Is there a difference between, I was going to ask you, is there a difference between Christianity or Christians and Buddhists?
Yeah, there's a time difference, that's for sure, and there's cultural differences as well.
And when you say
It's been a year, Daddy.
That
I really,
Buddha was
really
going
miss you.
before Jesus.
Mommy says you went to the store to get milk. Anyways,
So they
I'm
need to
failing
be
all my
very
classes,
strict.
and mommy hates me very fervently.
I noticed that Buddhist people don't have clothes.
Really?
Yeah, all
When
they
did
do
you see that? Tell me all about it.
all they do is sit around and pray. They don't wear normal clothes. They don't fight wars. And they don't.
Right, yeah, for that.
Yeah, like one thing
Well, you are judging them
Anomali
as weak.
mengerikan yang hanya keluar pada sahur. Konon katanya kalau ada orang yang dipanggil sahur 3 kali dan tidak nyaut,
Well, in a
maka makhluk ini
materialistic
datang di rumah
world,
kalian.
they're not in materialistic world.
But I see that in the materialistic world.
You see them physical, but it doesn't mean their mind is materialized.
And so, do their mind tell them not to stand up and be men of courage?
It's more about them. You must understand. They are trying to escape samsara, the world of suffering, through understanding themselves and understanding the universe. So they're not playing the materialistic game. They're not really playing this game.
It's been a year, Daddy.
And so,
I
is
really,
that why they
really
don't
miss you.
defend themselves
Mommy
in
says
attack?
you went to the
I
store to
think
get
that's a
milk.
big reason why.
Anyways,
So
I'm
beta.
failing
I'm
all my
like,
classes.
beta male!
And Mommy
You
visits
know what a
me
beta
very
is?
I think so. I am on Twitter.
But isn't that so beta? Why believe in a God that won't give you the courage to stand up for yourself?
Well,
Even
yeah.
in time of war.
You definitely have Western thoughts there. And if you spent lifetimes on a mountain, you might feel that thing. You might know.
Sahur. Anomali mengerikan yang hanya keluar pada sahur. Konon katanya kalau ada orang yang dipanggil sahur 3 kali dan tidak nyaut, maka makhluk ini datang di rumah
Marry
kalian.
a group.
An enlightened man, that's all I ever wanted.
But don't you want a man that will protect you in time of trouble?
You know, I think men and women come together in love, and it's not about what they can do for each other in this materialistic way.
Or would you want a man that will protect you in time of trouble? Or would you want him to run?
No, I know what you mean, and I would like masculine to act masculine,
It's been
and
a
I
year,
would
Daddy.
act
I
feminine.
really, really miss
Or
you.
would you want him
Mommy
to
says you
protect
went to
you?
the store to get milk.
So you can never
Anyways,
marry a group.
I'm failing all my classes. And Mommy
The thing
visits me very
is
frequently.
that when you live your life with God every moment of every day, you're not really that afraid, you understand?
And they
And
act afraid when they don't protect themselves.
we come to a point to where we just trust what's happening to us. I've been through some extreme darkness where I felt abandoned, and I trust
Sahur.
that.
Anomali mengerikan yang hanya keluar pada sahur. Konon katanya kalau ada orang yang dipanggil sahur 3 kali dan tidak nyaut, maka makhluk ini datang di rumah
If the
kalian.
Buddhists marry, do they get married?
They do.
And they have a family. Like children.
They're called household.
If someone came to attack them physically, take their lives, they would fight back because they just believe in something in them.
No, you can fight back. That they don't choose to fight back in large groups is one thing. But to keep your personal safety and your life, you are allowed to fight back. It's not against the rules.
Why don't they
It's been a
choose to
year,
fight back
Daddy.
in large groups?
I
Well,
really,
you know,
really
you have
miss
to ask your
you.
daughter Mama
Mommy
for
says
that
you went
because
to the
he's
store
kind
to
of
get
like
milk.
the father of the
Anyways,
Buddhists right
I'm
now.
failing all my classes.
That's the guy that's
And
trying to
Mommy
do
visits
all
me
these
very frequently.
interracial marriages.
I don't know, but I would say he's highly political
Yeah.
for a simple monk.
Is that good?
I don't know. Anyone on the stage of life, anyone who's famous, has usually compromised themselves in one way or another.
Have you ever come in contact with Satan?
I've looked for Satan everywhere, and all I can find is death.
Satan is death. So Satan is same as evil, right?
If you like I said, there's force. I don't think personification.
Have you ever come in contact with evil forces?
Yeah.
What did you do when you came in contact with evil forces? As an adult, how do you deal with that?
Well, how do I deal with it? A lot of prayer. We have tools, especially in Buddhism, on how to pray specifically, on what there are mantras that we read. There are certain knives that we don't actually physically use, but they're spiritual knives. They're physical knives, but they're used spiritually. So we actually have tools for these things.
Amazing. I read that you joined a 12-step program, even though you were not an alcoholic.
That's
Is that
right.
true?
That's true.
Do you smoke pot?
I do, for pain.
I figured you smoke pot when I read that. I went, pot smoker!
Oh, but not. I haven't been a pot smoker for that long.
So you joined a program even though you were not an alcoholic. Why did you do that?
So I was identified by a friend of mine said, I think you're codependent. I think that's your problem. And I read up on codependency, and because my father was an alcoholic, then I learned that I was a para-alcoholic, or the adult child of an alcoholic. And that sent me to counselors who told me to go to 12-step, which is a group session. So you get to hear real life stories, real life people who have gone through things that you've gone through as well, and you thought you were the only one on the planet that went through what you went through, but then strangers start telling your story to you. And it's such a comfort and a bonding experience that it pushed me forward to keep with the 12 steps until I was completely healed. And I think that it's good for just about anybody. It's a great roadmap.
So are you done with it now?
I don't think you're ever actually done, because if you're healed and you feel good, then you need to pay that forward.
So you think that you will always be an alcoholic, even though you're not an alcoholic and you never drink?
You mean I'll always be a 12-stepper?
Yeah.
Right. Codependency is almost just as bad as alcoholism.
Why does that make sense to you? That you need a program like that, and some person convinced you because your father drank and all that you needed it too.
I had no tools on how to get better. All I had were like New Age books. And so in the 12-step section, I found John Bradshaw, who is the one who coined the term inner child. And I understood through reading the work that I had been really traumatized as a child, and that I needed to come in and rescue that part of myself to bring her into alignment with my best self.
That's amazing. Have anyone ever said to you, well, woman, you crazy, get out of here?
Sure. When I was younger.
How do you deal with that when they say you crazy?
I allow them to think whatever they choose to think.
Do you think you're normal?
No, I'm definitely not normal.
And what is abnormal about you?
That I dream while I'm awake, that I can hear the collective, that I'm never alone, that I feel all of you all the time as if I am also Mother Earth. So it's not an easy existence.
Do you get lonely and sad and all that sometimes?
Yeah, for home. Like nothing for here. Like it'd be nice to travel. But I get lonely and sad from pure realms of love.
You want real love.
Once I leave this body, yes.
Do you have friends?
Sure do. I got great friends. Very
You do?
supportive.
Are they psychics as well?
They're intuitive, but none of them are professional.
Oh, okay. And I gotta ask, because we're running out of time again, it's amazing. Do you get involved with politics?
No, I believe politics is Luciferian in nature.
Really?
I do.
And so, have you ever heard of the Great White Hope?
And I think I have.
And what do you think of the Great White Hope?
It sounds like something from the 70s, so.
It's been a year, Daddy.
It's been a year, Daddy. I really, really miss you. It's been a... It's been a year, Daddy. I really, really miss you. Mommy says you went to the store to get milk. Anyways, I'm failing all my classes. And Mommy... It's been a year, Daddy. I really, really miss you. Mommy says you went to the store... It's been a year, Daddy. I really, really miss you. Mommy says you went to the store to get milk. Anyways, I'm failing all my classes, and Mommy hits me very frequently, and she changed my name to Tickle Tipson. Anyways, Daddy, I forgive you for abusing me. It's been a year, Daddy. I really, really miss you. Mommy says you went to the store to get milk. Anyways, it's been a year, Daddy, and I really, really miss you. Mommy says you...
I got a brand new saxophone. I got a brand new saxophone. I got a brand new saxophone.
It's been a year, Daddy. I really, really miss you. Mommy says you went to the store to get milk. Anyways, I'm failing all my classes, and Mommy hits me very frequently, and she changed my name to... It's been a year, Daddy. I really, really miss you. Mommy says you went to the store to get milk. Anyways, I'm failing all my classes, and Mommy hits me very frequently, and she changed my name to... It's been a year, Daddy. I really, really miss you. Mommy... It's been a year, Daddy. I really, really miss you. Mommy says you went to the store to get milk. Anyways, I'm failing all my classes, and Mommy... It's been a year, Daddy. I really, really miss you. Mommy says you went to the store to get milk. Anyways, I'm failing all my classes, and Mommy hits me very frequently, and she changed my name to... It's... It's been a year, Daddy. I really, really miss you. Mommy says you went to the store to get milk. Anyways, I'm failing all my classes, and Mommy hits me very frequently. She changed my name to... It's been a year, Daddy. I really, really miss you.